Question 1.
In Pennsylvania, how far must you park from a crosswalk at an intersection?
A. You may not park on a crosswalk or in an intersection. B. 15 feet. C. 25 feet. D. 30 feet.
Correct answer, A. You may not park on a crosswalk or in an intersection.
Explanation: Pennsylvania law prohibits stopping, standing, or parking a vehicle on a crosswalk or within an intersection. Question 2.
What does a flashing yellow arrow at a traffic signal indicate?
A. You must stop and wait for a green arrow. B. You must turn in the direction of the arrow immediately. C. You may turn in the direction of the arrow, but you must first yield to oncoming traffic and pedestrians. D. The traffic signal is malfunctioning and is about to turn red.
Correct answer, C. You may turn in the direction of the arrow, but you must first yield to oncoming traffic and pedestrians.
Explanation: A flashing yellow arrow means your turn is permitted, but it is not protected. You must yield to all other traffic, including pedestrians, before proceeding. Question 3.
When backing a tractor-trailer, if you turn the top of the steering wheel to the right, the rear of the trailer will move.
A. To the right. B. To the left. C. Straight back. D. It will not be affected.
Correct answer, B. To the left.
Explanation: When backing, the trailer moves in the opposite direction of the steering wheel. Turning the wheel to the right will cause the rear of the trailer to pivot to the left. Question 4.
What is the purpose of a highway escape ramp?
A. A ramp for emergency vehicles to bypass traffic jams. B. A ramp designed to safely stop a vehicle that has lost its braking ability. C. A special lane at a way station for oversized trucks. D. A ramp that provides access to a scenic overlook.
Correct answer, B. A ramp designed to safely stop a vehicle that has lost its braking ability.
Explanation: Escape ramps are built on long, steep downgrades and are filled with soft gravel or have a steep uphill grade to stop a runaway vehicle whose service brakes have failed. Question 5.
What is the aggregate working load limit of your tie-downs?
A. The total weight of the cargo you are hauling. B. The sum of the working load limits of all tie-downs being used. C. The maximum weight that a single tie-down can hold before braking. D. The maximum legal weight your truck is allowed to have.
Correct answer, B. The sum of the working load limits of all tie-downs being used.
Explanation: The aggregate WLL is the combined strength of all securement devices. Regulations require that the aggregate WLL of your tie-downs must be equal to at least half the weight of the cargo. Question 6.
For an interstate driver, what does the 11-hour driving rule restrict?
A. The total number of hours a driver can be on duty in a day. B. A driver may drive for a maximum of 11 hours within a 14-hour on-duty window. C. The minimum number of off-duty hours required between shifts. D. The total number of hours a driver can work in a day.
Correct answer, B. A driver may drive for a maximum of 11 hours within a 14-hour on-duty window.
Explanation: After 10 consecutive hours off duty, a driver is permitted to drive for a maximum of 11 hours. This driving must be completed within the 14 consecutive hour on-duty window. Question 7.
What is the most important reason to use a helper when backing a large truck?
A. It is legally required in most states. B. To guide the driver and see into the vehicle's large blind spots. C. To make the backing process go more quickly. D. To stop other traffic from interfering with the maneuver.
Correct answer, B. To guide the driver and see into the vehicle's large blind spots.
Explanation: A helper, or spotter, is critical because they act as the driver's eyes in the massive blind spots directly behind the vehicle, helping to prevent collisions with people or objects. Question 8.
How should the low air pressure warning device be tested?
A. Once per month by a mechanic. B. During the pre-trip inspection, by pumping the brakes with the engine off. C. It only needs to be tested if you suspect there is an air leak. D. It tests itself automatically every time the engine is started.
Correct answer, B. During the pre-trip inspection, by pumping the brakes with the engine off.
Explanation. During each pre-trip, the driver must turn the key on, then pump the service brake with the engine off to lower the air pressure. The warning light and purr or buzzer must activate before pressure drops below 60 psi. Question 9.
Is it illegal to coast down a hill with the transmission in neutral in Pennsylvania?
A. No, it is permitted to save fuel. B. Only if the hill is steeper than a 6% grade. C. Yes, it is illegal for all motor vehicles. D. Only for trucks carrying hazardous materials.
Correct answer, C. Yes, it is illegal for all motor vehicles.
Explanation. Pennsylvania state law prohibits any motor vehicle driver from coasting downhill with the gears or transmission in neutral. Question 10.
What does a round, yellow sign with a black X and RR signify?
A. A school zone is ahead. B. An advance warning of a railroad crossing ahead. C. A sharp, curving road is ahead. D. A rest area is ahead.
Correct answer, B. An advance warning of a railroad crossing ahead.
Explanation. This is the advance warning sign for a highway rail grade crossing. It tells drivers to be prepared to slow down, look, and listen for a train. Question 11.
A vehicle transporting placarded hazardous materials must be equipped with a fire extinguisher having a minimum rating of
A. None, if the vehicle is new. B. 1, with a rating of 5 BC or more. C. 1, with a rating of 10 BC or more. D. 2, each with a rating of 5 BC or more.
Correct answer, C. 1, with a rating of 10 BC or more.
Explanation. Vehicles that are required to be placarded must carry a fire extinguisher with a minimum Underwriters Laboratories, UL, rating of 10 BC. Question 12.
What does the trailer air supply control in the cab do?
A. It supplies air to the trailer's air tanks and controls the emergency brakes. B. It is used to apply the trailer's service brakes independently. C. It is used exclusively to test the trailer's service brakes. D. It controls the temperature of the air supplied to the trailer.
Correct answer, A. It supplies air to the trailer's air tanks and controls the emergency brakes.
Explanation. Pushing the control in, charging, supplies air to the trailer system. Pulling it out, venting, exhausts the emergency line, causing the trailer's spring brakes to apply. Question 13.
If your truck catches fire while driving, what should be your first step?
A. Find the source of the fire and assess its size. B. Grab your fire extinguisher and prepare to fight the fire. C. Pull the truck off the road to a safe, open area. D. Call your company dispatcher on the radio for instructions.
Correct answer, C. Pull the truck off the road to a safe, open area.
Explanation. Your first priority is to get the vehicle to a safe location. This means pulling off the road into an open area away from buildings, vegetation, and anything else that could burn. Then, shut off the engine. Question 14.
What is the main purpose of covering a load with a tarp?
A. To protect the cargo from weather. B. To make the vehicle more aerodynamic. C. To prevent any part of the load from falling or blowing off the vehicle. D. All of the above.
Correct answer, D. All of the above.
Explanation. Covering cargo protects it from rain and sun, can improve fuel economy, and is often legally required to contain loose materials and prevent them from becoming a hazard to other road users. Question 15.
What is the best way to handle a vehicle that is tailgating you?
A. Tap your brakes sharply to warn them. B. Increase your following distance from the vehicle ahead. C. Speed up to create more distance behind you. D. Signal for them to pass you on the left.
Correct answer, B. Increase your following distance from the vehicle ahead.
Explanation. By opening up more space in front of your vehicle, you allow yourself more room to slow down gradually if needed, which reduces the risk of the tailgater causing a rear-end collision. Question 16.
Under federal rules, when is a CMV driver permitted to use a cell phone?
A. To send a text message to a dispatcher. B. To look up directions on a mapping application. C. Only when using a hands-free device. D. It is never legal to use a cell phone in a CMV.
Correct answer, C. Only when using a hands-free device.
Explanation. Federal regulations for interstate drivers prohibit handheld mobile phone use and all texting. Hands-free devices are permitted, but drivers must also obey all applicable state and local laws, which may be stricter. Question 17.
What is the penalty for speeding in an active work zone in Pennsylvania?
A. A written warning. B. A 15-day license suspension. C. The standard fine is tripled. D. A mandatory court appearance.
Correct answer, B. A 15-day license suspension.
Explanation. To protect highway workers, Pennsylvania law doubles the fines for speeding in a designated, active work zone and includes a 15-day suspension of the driver's license for a conviction. Question 18.
How should you test the function of your vehicle's service brakes?
A. Drive at about 5 mph and apply the brake pedal firmly. B. Apply the brakes while driving on a steep downgrade. C. Have a mechanic test them with specialized equipment. D. Apply the parking brake sharply while the truck is moving.
Correct answer, A. Drive at about 5 mph and apply the brake pedal firmly.
Explanation. In a safe, open area, you should pull forward slowly, around 5 mph, and apply the service brakes. The vehicle should stop smoothly without pulling to one side. Question 19.
When uncoupling, where is the safest place to position the tractor after pulling it away from the trailer?
A. Directly in front of the trailer with the frame still underneath. B. At a 90-degree angle to the trailer to create a barrier. C. At a 45-degree angle to the trailer. D. Wherever it is most convenient for the next driver.
Correct answer, A. Directly in front of the trailer with the frame still underneath.
Explanation. After unlocking the fifth wheel and pulling clear of the kingpin, you should stop with the tractor frame still under the trailer. This prevents the trailer from tipping over if the landing gear were to collapse. Question 20.
If you are driving a 30-foot straight truck at 50 mph, what is the minimum safe following distance?
A. 3 seconds. B. 4 seconds. C. 5 seconds. D. 6 seconds.
Correct answer, B. 4 seconds.
Explanation. Using the standard formula of 1 second per 10 feet of vehicle, plus 1 additional second for speeds over 40 mph, the minimum following distance is 4 seconds, 3 plus 1. Question 21.
What does a traffic sign with a red circle and a white horizontal line across the middle indicate?
A. Do not enter. B. Yield right of way. C. Stop ahead. D. One-way street.
Correct answer, A. Do not enter.
Explanation. This is the do not enter sign. It is used to warn drivers that they are proceeding in the wrong direction on a one-way street or that they are about to enter an area where traffic is prohibited. Question 22.
In defensive driving, what is meant by visual search?
A. Focusing only on the vehicle directly in front of you. B. Continuously scanning the road ahead, to the sides, and in mirrors. C. Looking only for official traffic signs and signals. D. Concentrating on the painted lines on the road.
Correct answer, B. Continuously scanning the road ahead, to the sides, and in mirrors.
Explanation: a proper visual search involves actively and continuously scanning your entire environment, far ahead, close up, to the sides, and in your mirrors, to identify potential hazards early. Question 23.
What is a key principle for driving in mountainous terrain?
A. Use a lower gear for both upgrades and downgrades. B. Use your service brakes as the primary means of slowing down. C. Shift to neutral on downgrades to save fuel and reduce engine wear. D. Stay as close as possible to the right edge of the road at all times.
Correct answer, A. Use a lower gear for both upgrades and downgrades.
Explanation: selecting a low gear is crucial in mountains. It prevents the engine from lugging on climbs and provides essential engine braking for controlling speed on descents. Question 24.
For an interstate driver, what does the 70-hour/8-day rule limit?
A. A driver can be on duty for a maximum of 70 hours in any 8-day period. B. A driver may not operate a CMV after accumulating 70 on-duty hours in 8 consecutive days. C. A driver must take a 70-hour off-duty period after every 8 days of work. D. A driver can drive for a maximum of 70 hours in one work week.
Correct answer, B. A driver may not operate a CMV after accumulating 70 on-duty hours in 8 consecutive days.
Explanation: this rule states that a driver's total on-duty time, both driving and non-driving, cannot exceed 70 hours in any rolling 8 consecutive day period. Once the limit is reached, the driver cannot drive again until their hours drop below 70. Question 25.
When following another vehicle at night in Pennsylvania, you must dim your headlights when you are within
A. 200 feet. B. 300 feet. C. 400 feet. D. 500 feet.
Correct answer, B. 300 feet.
Explanation: to avoid blinding the driver ahead through their mirrors, Pennsylvania law requires you to switch to your low beams when you are following another vehicle within 300 feet. Question 26.
During a walk-around inspection, how should you check for cracks in the vehicle's frame?
A. Tap the frame with a hammer and listen for an unusual sound. B. Use a special magnetic particle inspection kit. C. Visually inspect for any visible cracks, bends, or non-factory welds. D. Measure the frame with a tape measure to ensure it is straight.
Correct answer, C. Visually inspect for any visible cracks, bends, or non-factory welds.
Explanation: a driver's inspection is visual. You should look carefully at the frame rails and crossmembers, especially around suspension mounting points, for any signs of cracks, illegal welds, or damage. Question 27.
What is the main danger associated with a heavy haul or oversized load?
A. It is often difficult to see around the load. B. It typically has a high center of gravity and requires a larger turning radius. C. It is exempt from most standard traffic laws and regulations. D. It causes an unusual amount of wear and tear on roadways.
Correct answer, B. It typically has a high center of gravity and requires a larger turning radius.
Explanation: oversized loads often have a high center of gravity, which greatly increases the risk of rollover. Their extreme length and width also mean they require much more space for turns and maneuvers. Question 28.
When inspecting your suspension system, what should you look for?
A. Loose, cracked, or broken leaf springs. B. Leaking shock absorbers. C. Missing nuts, bolts, or other hardware. D. All of the above.
Correct answer, D. All of the above.
Explanation: a proper suspension inspection includes checking for broken or missing spring leaves, loose or missing hangers, U-bolts, and other parts, and leaking shock absorbers. All are safety defects. Question 29.
When is it most critical to physically verify your vehicle's height against a posted clearance?
A. When pulling an empty flatbed trailer. B. When the trailer is empty versus when it is loaded. C. Anytime you are operating an unfamiliar vehicle or trailer combination. D. Only when driving in older cities on the East Coast.
Correct answer, C. Anytime you are operating an unfamiliar vehicle or trailer combination.
Explanation: you should know the height of your vehicle at all times. It is especially critical to stop and get out to check a questionable clearance anytime you are in a different truck or pulling a different trailer than usual. Question 30.
What is a slack adjuster?
A. A tool used to move the fifth wheel. B. A component in an air brake system that compensates for brake lining wear. C. The lever used to release the vehicle's parking brake. D. A device used to tighten cargo straps and chains.
Correct answer, B. A component in an air brake system that compensates for brake lining wear.
Explanation: the slack adjuster is a lever that connects the brake chamber's pushrod to the S-cam. As brake linings wear, it is used to adjust the clearance between the linings and the brake drum. Question 31.
What is the most effective way to prevent a vehicle rollover?
A. Keep the cargo weight low and centered. B. Go slow on curves, turns, and ramps. C. Be aware of your vehicle's height. D. All of the above.
Correct answer, D. All of the above.
Explanation: all of these are critical. A low center of gravity, reduced speed in turns, and awareness of how wind or road crown can affect a tall vehicle are all essential to prevent rollovers. Question 32.
What is the most important rule to remember when crossing railroad tracks?
A. Cross as quickly as possible to minimize time on the tracks. B. Never stop on the tracks. C. Assume the warning signals and gates are always functional. D. Only look for a train if the warning lights are flashing.
Correct answer, B. Never stop on the tracks.
Explanation: a driver must never stop on railroad tracks for any reason. Before starting to cross, you must be certain you have enough space to clear the tracks completely on the other side. Question 33.
What is required if a load of loose material is being hauled in Pennsylvania?
A. The load must be securely covered by a tarp. B. The vehicle must travel at least 10 mph below the speed limit. C. The material must be wetted down to prevent dust. D. The load must be below the sides of the truck bed.
Correct answer, A. The load must be securely covered by a tarp.
Explanation: to prevent debris from falling onto the roadway, Pennsylvania's Cover Your Load law requires that any vehicle carrying a load of loose material like stone or gravel must have the load securely covered by a tarpaulin. Question 34.
What is the primary danger of making a button hook right turn?
A. The turn takes too much time to complete. B. A vehicle behind you may try to pass you on the right side. C. It can cause the rear wheels of your trailer to strike the curb. D. The maneuver is illegal in all 50 states.
Correct answer, B. A vehicle behind you may try to pass you on the right side.
Explanation: when you swing wide to the left to make a right turn, a button hook, it can open up a lane on your right. A driver behind you may misinterpret your intention and try to pass on the right, causing a collision. Question 35.
What is the purpose of the tractor protection valve?
A. To protect the tractor's air supply if the trailer breaks away or has a major leak. B. To prevent the trailer's service brakes from locking up. C. To keep the trailer's air tanks from exceeding their maximum pressure. D. To automatically drain water from the trailer's air system.
Correct answer, A. To protect the tractor's air supply if the trailer breaks away or has a major leak.
Explanation: in the event of a catastrophic air loss from the trailer system, such as a breakaway, the valve automatically closes to ensure the tractor retains sufficient air pressure to brake safely. Question 36.
What is the function of a header board on a flatbed trailer?
A. To display the company's name and SDOT number. B. To protect the driver from being struck by shifting cargo. C. To separate different types of cargo from each other. D. To improve the vehicle's aerodynamics and fuel efficiency.
Correct answer, B. To protect the driver from being struck by shifting cargo.
Explanation: a header board, or bulkhead, is a barrier at the front of a flatbed designed to prevent cargo from shifting forward and potentially penetrating the cab in a sudden stop. Question 37.
If a vehicle's hydraulic brakes fail, what is the first action the driver should take?
A. Immediately shift to a lower gear. B. Pump the brake pedal rapidly. C. Apply the parking brake to stop. D. Steer onto the nearest shoulder.
Correct answer, B. Pump the brake pedal rapidly.
Explanation: pumping the brake pedal can often build up enough hydraulic pressure to activate the brakes. If that fails, downshifting and carefully using the parking brake are the next steps. Question 38.
When descending a steep grade, the best gear to select is often
A. A gear lower than the one you would use to climb the same grade. B. The same gear you would use to climb the grade. C. The highest gear possible to reduce engine RPM. D. Neutral, to save fuel.
Correct answer, A. A gear lower than the one you would use to climb the same grade.
Explanation: a common rule of thumb is to use a gear lower than the gear you would have used to climb the hill. This ensures the engine braking is sufficient to control the vehicle's speed without overuse of the service brakes. Question 39.
What does the solid yellow line on your side of the road center line mean?
A. It marks the right edge of the shoulder. B. It separates lanes of traffic moving in the same direction. C. It indicates a passing zone. D. It separates opposing traffic and prohibits passing.
Correct answer, D. It separates opposing traffic and prohibits passing.
Explanation: solid yellow lines separate traffic moving in opposite directions. A solid yellow line on your side of the center means you are not allowed to cross it to pass another vehicle. Question 40.
When should the engine brake, Jake brake, be used?
A. As the main method of braking in city traffic. B. To control speed on long downgrades. C. Whenever the road surface is wet or icy. D. To help the vehicle stop faster in an emergency.
Correct answer, B. To control speed on long downgrades.
Explanation: the primary purpose of an engine brake is to help control speed on long downgrades, which saves the service brakes from overheating and potential failure. Question 41.
What is the maximum legal width of a vehicle in Pennsylvania without a special permit?
A. 8 feet. B. 8 feet, 6 inches. C. 9 feet. D. 10 feet.
Correct answer, B. 8 feet, 6 inches.
Explanation: the standard maximum width for a commercial vehicle on Pennsylvania highways is 8 feet, 6 inches, 102 inches. Question 42.
When bringing a truck with a manual transmission to a stop, you should
A. Push the clutch in as soon as you begin to apply the brakes. B. Push the clutch in when the engine speed is near idle, about 10 mph. C. Wait until the truck has come to a complete stop before pushing in the clutch. D. Keep the transmission in high gear for as long as possible.
Correct answer, B. Push the clutch in when the engine speed is near idle, about 10 mph.
Explanation: to take advantage of the engine's braking effect and maintain control, you should keep the clutch engaged until the engine RPM drops near idle, then push it in to prevent stalling. Question 43.
What does the gross combination weight rating, GCWR, represent?
A. The maximum total weight of a combination vehicle and its load, as specified by the manufacturer. B. The actual, scaled weight of the tractor and trailer. C. The legal weight limit for a combination vehicle on a specific road. D. The combined weight of the tractor and trailer when empty.
Correct answer, A. The maximum total weight of a combination vehicle and its load, as specified by the manufacturer.
Explanation: the GCWR is a rating set by the manufacturer. It represents the maximum allowable weight of the powered unit, all towed units, and the cargo. Question 44.
For an interstate driver, what does the sleeper berth provision allow?
A. It allows a driver to sleep in the cab while a co-driver is driving. B. It requires all long-haul trucks to be equipped with a sleeper berth. C. It allows a driver to split their 10-hour off-duty period into 2 qualifying periods. D. It allows a driver to extend their 14-hour on-duty window.
Correct answer, C. It allows a driver to split their 10-hour off-duty period into 2 qualifying periods.
Explanation: the provision allows a driver to split their mandatory 10-hour off-duty break into 2 periods, provided one is at least 7 hours in the sleeper berth and the other is at least 2 hours long, off-duty or sleeper. Together they must total at least 10 hours. Question 45.
When driving in fog, you should use
A. Your high beam headlights. B. Your low beam headlights. C. Your interior dome lights. D. The vehicle directly in front of you as a guide.
Correct answer, B. Your low beam headlights.
Explanation: low beams should be used because their light is directed down at the road surface. High beams will reflect off the moisture in the fog, creating glare and reducing visibility. Question 46.
When inspecting wheels and rims, which of the following indicates a serious problem?
A. Rust trails around the lug nuts. B. A cracked or bent rim. C. An unauthorized weld on the rim. D. All of the above.
Correct answer, D. All of the above.
Explanation: all of these are dangerous conditions. Rust trails indicate loose lug nuts, cracks or bends compromise the rim's integrity, and non-factory welds can create weak points that may fail under stress. Question 47.
What is the single most important reason for conducting a thorough vehicle inspection?
A. To avoid fines and penalties during a roadside inspection. B. To find and correct problems that could cause a crash or breakdown. C. To keep the vehicle clean and presentable. D. To fulfill a daily requirement set by the dispatch office.
Correct answer, B. To find and correct problems that could cause a crash or breakdown.
Explanation: the primary purpose of a vehicle inspection is safety. Identifying and repairing mechanical defects before a trip is the most effective way to prevent on-road failures that could lead to a crash. Question 48.
In cargo securement, what is dunnage?
A. A type of heavy-duty tarp used to cover cargo. B. The shipping papers that describe the cargo and its destination. C. Loose material used to fill empty spaces, support, and protect cargo. D. A specialized type of tie-down for extremely heavy loads.
Correct answer, C. Loose material used to fill empty spaces, support, and protect cargo.
Explanation: dunnage refers to materials like wood, padding, or inflatable bags that are used to fill voids in a load, cushion items, and prevent them from shifting during transit.